Well, good morning, everybody. We're reading through Numbers 8, 9, and 10 this morning. And Israel was being led by Yahweh. In fact, Moses had told Yahweh that they wouldn't go without him, that he had to go. And Moses wanted to learn who he is by following, by seeing his ways, by knowing his ways, by knowing how he operates and what he does, that he would know Yahweh's heart. So what was this thing about Hobab then? Like, why was he asking Hobab to stay? Because Hobab could show them where to camp in the desert, but yet it was Yahweh who was leading them by means of the cloud, that when the cloud rose, the Israelites would move out, and then when the cloud came to rest, that's where they knew where to camp. And Moses is telling Hobab, hey, we need you because you can show us where to camp. But Yahweh was showing them where to camp. So, Moses was about to go out in the desert with all these people, and he didn't have a lot of desert experience, and Hobab did. So was Hobab, I don't know, was Moses trying to just encourage Hobab? Was Moses trying to please his wife by including Hobab in the whole thing that was going on? Or was Moses looking for a plan B, just in case it didn't work out, in case maybe Yahweh abandoned them or something? I don't know. That's reading between the lines, and we can get in trouble doing that. But it did jog me for a moment to think about the number of us who do have plan B, C, D, E, F, and G. That when we go out in supposed faith, we always seem to have a backup plan. When God tells us to do something, we're in that position. And I'm not saying Moses was this. You know, we can't take away from a man with all that he did, but I do know us, and I do know a lot of us, and I do know a number of us who have plan B, C, D, E, F, and G. And so we venture out on what we call faith, but if it doesn't work out, we always have another way that we're going to do this. We have a backup plan, and a backup plan to the backup plan. And just in case, is it that we don't trust God, or we don't trust ourselves? We don't trust that we're getting the instruction right. We might have heard wrong, so we're heading out into the desert, but did God really tell us to go out in the desert? And if I've got this wrong, then I need a way to be able to recover from this. And that's the place where we get to. And that's not the relationship we're supposed to have. We are supposed to have a relationship because we can hear clearly from the Lord, that we've been designed for that. We're supposed to be in this place of absolute assurance in a relationship, but also our absolute assurance that God is good, and he's good all the time, and he's always in a good mood, and he wants to use us for his glory, and no matter what it costs us, that we're going to go that distance with no plan B, that we're just going to go out with what he's telling us to do. And if we die, we die. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Can we get there in that relationship, though? Can we get there? Can we get there in that place of trust, and what he wants is more important than what we want, and that we trust him with our lives and the lives of our loved ones? That's a really good question. That is a really good question. What is important in this life? Is it me? Is it my stuff? Is it my pleasure? Is it my comfort? Or is my relationship with the Lord far greater than anything else? And being far greater, does that mean that that's what I pursue at the cost of everything else? And when he tells me to go out in the desert, I gladly do so, not knowing fully what the plan is, not needing to know fully what the plan is, just trusting that he's got me, that he's got me. And yeah, because Jesus told us not to worry about that stuff, right? That Father has our back. And he told us not to borrow worry from tomorrow, because today has enough of its own things for us to deal with. So that's that whole thing about living a day at a time. Just take it a day at a time. So I don't know where you are in all of this, but do we dare let go of plan B and just step out with the Lord and say, I trust you? You guys be blessed today. Be encouraged. Encourage others and be kind.